Well, we're watching the hurricane hunters as they zigzag and cross through Tropical Storm Fay right now. Of course, in addition to the satellites and the radars that we use, this is also a very, very critical part of understanding the science of hurricanes here and really getting a better understanding of what's happening intensity-wise with the system, whether it's becoming better or less organized, and exactly what's going on in the internal structure. But let me help show you what's going on. We can track the hurricane hunters. They, of course, flew out of Biloxi, right across the Gulf of Mexico here, and then they hooked a quick right into the center of circulation, which is now beginning to cross back over the Florida Straits, and you can kind of see the path in which they've been zigzagging back and forth across the center, and they do this a couple of times to get a good feel for what's going on inside the internal structure of the storm. So, and of course they drop down, instruments which measure the wind, of course, the pressure inside of the system and those current weather conditions, and of course what's going on actually at the surface underneath all of this storminess at the ocean surface to see what's going on as well. Gives an idea about the wave height sometime and what else is going on inside of the storm. So that's a look at the hurricane hunters. They're out there right now investigating the system. So hey, it's good to know everyone's got our back here and watching what's going on with the system as it continues to churn its way up towards the Florida Keys. You can see the rain shield now just about engulfing all of South Florida at this point, with showers and storms continuing to race their way up the coast. The heaviest of the rain now coming into the central Florida Keys, right in around Marathon, Florida, and it's in your heavier rain bands where you'll tend to find your stronger winds as well. Let me show you the satellite imagery of the system here, and what's interesting to note is that in this last frame, it looks like we have some new convection beginning to fire here just south of the Keys. This certainly is indicating that, to me, that the center is most likely very near, or if not over the open water once again, and thunderstorms are beginning to try to redevelop near that as this system develops here. But looking at this picture, a very asymmetrical storm with the worst of the weather east of the center of circulation right now. Here's a look at the very latest with the system. Winds of 60 miles an hour, the movement off to the north-northwest at 13, and the pressure's down to about 1,003 millibars with Tropical Storm Fay. Here is the projected path of Tropical Storm Fay, and we don't want to overemphasize, again, where the center crosses land, because whether the system intensifies to a hurricane or remains a tropical storm, the impacts are generally going to be the same here. But we're thinking a possible landfall with the center somewhere from Key West up towards Fort Myers and Naples here on the west-southwest part of the coast of Florida. But there's only a tiny circulation with the center, so only a small part of the immediate Florida coast where the storm crosses, the center crosses, will experience the strongest winds. With that said, that area we highlighted from Anna Marie Island down towards Flamingo, Florida, we do have hurricane warnings now up, so that means you can expect hurricane conditions within the next 24 hours. So also we have a whole slew of tropical storm advisories out, which include almost all of Central and South Florida from Bonita Beach all the way around to Cocoa Beach. We have those tropical storm warnings up. And the wind not much of a concern right now. The sustained winds, as you can see, only about 23 in Marathon. And then on the Florida mainland itself, you're generally still under 10 miles an hour, only about a 6-mile-an-hour wind in Miami and up to about 9 in Naples. The main threat, Kim, I think the legacy with this system will be the heavy rain. So whether or not it becomes a Category 1 hurricane or remains a strong tropical storm, heavy rain with local power outages where the center crosses is what we're expecting.
Absolutely. Of course, we'll keep you up to date.